now we will continue from where we stopped. Don't forget, this is a continuation class. Now, if you are new in this YouTube channel, do consider subscribing to this YouTube channel and do ensure that you turn on the post notification bell so that anytime we release mind-blowing content, guys, you will be notified. And please don't forget to like this current video. All right? Now, please don't forget our policy also that you must pay close attention for you to be able to maximize what we are going to be teaching you in this video, and ensure you avoid every unnecessary distraction so that you can have maximum focus, and finally ensure you do not skip any part of this video for maximum understanding. Don't skip any part of this video because you may skip the value you need to help you get everything clear. So please don't skip any part of this video. Now guys, let's get started. Now in this aspect, don't forget we are still looking at quadratic factorization of quadratic expressions. Now we explained earlier that this is an indication of quadratic expression ax squared plus bx plus c. Of course, x can be any of the alphabetical letters from A to Z, where A, B, and C are integers, numerals, right? Now, in this case, the first case we treated from question 31 to 35, we were looking at a case where the coefficient of the highest power of x is 1, equal to 1. But in this case now, we are looking at the case where A is greater than 1. And as you can see, from the questions you have here, you see that the coefficient of the highest power of the variable is more than 1. Are we there? Now, whether it is 1 or more than 1, we still solve it the same way. No difference. This is solution. So at this point, we have 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. Guys, what do we do with this? The first thing you do, guys, is to multiply this guy by this guy. So when 2x squared multiply constant 1, we are going to have positive, we are going to have plus 2x squared. 2x squared. The next thing we are quickly going to do is to find the factors of plus 2. And guys, you know that for the product of two factors to be positive, it is either both are positive or both are negative. Of course, these are the only two factors of plus 2. Now, what do we do now? Among these two factors, only one is suitable for this question, and the one that whose sum will give us positive 3, which is the middle term, or the coefficient of the middle term, which happens to be plus 3. So when we add these together, we are going to have plus 3, and when we add this, we are going to have minus 3. And guys, we are going to go with this. So you see that it's still the same thing with what we did before. Then this will have given us 2x squared plus 2x plus 1x. When you add this guy and this guy together, you're going to have 3x. And that's exactly what we have. This is x, this is 1x. And that's what we do. So you now replace the middle term by those two factors. Then plus 1. Guys, the next thing we do is to consider between the first two brackets what is common. Yeah, between these two brackets, what is common between this guy? What is common? Between the first two brackets, guys, what is common? The first thing that is common there is 2. Then the next that is common, s is here, so is x, 2x. Now, when you divide 2s squared, when you divide 2s squared by 2x, you are going to have x left. Plus, when you divide 2s by 2x, we have 1. That's all. Then plus, now between this term and this term, this is 1x and this is 1. What is common there is 1. Put down 1, then open the bracket, repeat the bracket. So what we do now is that this will have given us 2x plus 1, which are the numbers outside the bracket. Then finally pick one of the equal brackets that we have before. Therefore, 2x squared plus 3x plus 1 is equal to 2x plus 1 multiplied by x plus 1. This is the factor to this very question. Guys, let's look at question number 37. Alright? This is 36, we just look at now. So let's look at 37. We have 2m squared plus 7m minus 15m. So the first thing you do is to multiply this guy by this guy. 2m squared times minus 15, guys, we are going to have minus 30. So this will give us minus 30m squared. So we will come somewhere here and have minus 30. So guys, what are the two factors of minus 30? Two factors is 1 is negative. The next is 15 times 2. It's either minus 15 or plus 15, and we have minus 2. Then also we have 10 by what? 3. So it's either minus 10 or positive 10 to minus 3. Then we have 6 times 5. It's either minus 6 or positive 6 and minus 5. So guys, when you look at the factors of minus 30, we have about 8 factors. And understand that only one of these factors will be suitable for this question. And which one will be suitable? The one whose sum will give us plus 7. So what we need to do now is to start adding up these results together. Now, these guys will give us minus 29. This one will give us plus 29. This will give us minus 13. This will give us plus 13, equal and opposite. This will give us minus 7. And this will give us plus 7. This will give us minus 1. And this will give us plus 1. So among all of these factors now, the one that gives us the middle term is this guy. It's as simple as that. So it's minus 3m and 10m. I have this as 2m squared. Now in place of this now, I can replace it with what? 3m plus 10m. Then minus 15. It's as simple as this. So now minus 3m plus 10m will give us plus 7m, guys. Now the next thing we do is to consider between these first two terms what is common, and between these guys what is common. Now between these first two terms, 2 is not common, but m is common, so you put down m. Now 2m squared divided by m, you have 2m, and 3m divided by m, you have minus 3. Then put down this plus which is at the middle. Now between 10 and 15, what is common? 5. 5 can divide 10 and also divide 15, so you put down 5. Now that we know that 5 is the maximum or the highest factor of 10 and 15, then we know that what we have in the first bracket here can be repeated there. As simple as that. The same way, 10m divided by 5, we are going to have 2m. Then minus 15 divided by 5, we are going to have 3. As simple as that. So at this point, all we need to do is to collate the what? The multiplication factor, which happens to be what? The terms outside the bracket. And that, guys, we have m and plus 5. So we're going to have m plus 5 into one of the equal bracket 2m minus 3. This is the answer to this. Therefore, 2m squared minus plus 7m minus 15 is equal to m plus 5 into 2m minus 3. This is the answer to this very question. Guys, factorization is very, very simple. And I bet you guys, if you are good with factorization of quadratic expression, get it clear that you are already good 38 for quadratic. Now, question number 38, guys, we have 6x squared minus 7 minus 3. So the same thing we do is to multiply the highest power of x by the constant, which is the one without x. 6x squared times minus 3, guys, we are going to have minus 18x squared. So we come somewhere here, guys, and start looking for the factors of minus 18. And don't always forget these rules that for the product of two factors to give us a negative result, one of the factors must be negative. Now, we have minus 18. So column for the first factor, then this is the column for the second factor. Now we have 18 times 1. So it's either we have minus 18 or we have plus 18 and we have minus 1. This is the first two factors of minus 18. Then next is that we have 9 times 2. Now we have this, or positive 9 times minus 2. Then we move again, we have 6 times 3. It's either we have minus 6 or we have positive 6 minus 3. Guys, these are the possible factors of minus 18. We have 6 factors, and among these 6 factors, only one is suitable. So what next do we do to know the one that we are going to pick here? We come here and trace the middle value. The middle value there is minus 7. So we will quickly add this and see the one that will give us minus 7. Alright? So this will have given us minus 17. Add them up. This will give us positive 17. This will have given us minus 7. This will give us positive 7. This will give us minus 3. This will give us positive 3. So now, this question we have here, we have the middle term to be minus 7. That means we are going to go with this term, where we have minus 9x and plus 2x. As simple as we have it. Now we'll come here and have this as 6x squared. Now we will replace this by what? Minus 9x and plus 2x. Understand, minus 9 plus 2 is minus 7. Then this is minus 3. Now at this point, we can now look at the first two terms and also look at the last two terms. Now between the first two terms now, 3 is common. 3 can divide 6 and also divide 9. That is the first thing that is common. Then also, I have SK here, I have S here, then I have S common. Open bracket. Now 6s squared divided by 3x, guys, we are going to have 2x. Then put down this minus sign. 9s divided by 3x, s cancel s. 9 divided by 3, we have 2. Then this positive sign, put it down. Now between these 2x and minus 3, nothing is common, so 1 is common. Anytime nothing is common, 1 is common. Then repeat the bracket. 2x minus 3. Now that we have successfully factorized this, all we need to do is to pick or collate what? The multiplication factors. And the multiplication factors here are 3x and plus 1. So we are going to have this as 3x plus 1 multiplied by one of the equal brackets. So we have this. Therefore, 6x squared minus 7x plus 3, minus 3 is equal to 3x plus 1 plus 1, 3x plus 1 into 2x minus 3. Guys, this is the answer to question number 38. Now we want to look at question 39. And in question number 39, we have 4y squared minus 12y plus 5. The same thing we do, guys. This multiplies the constant. Now, when this multiplies the constant, we are going to have plus 20y squared. So, guys, let's look for the factors of 20. Now, this is plus 20. So, guys, for the product of two factors to be positive, it is either both are positive, positive, or both are negative, negative. So, first, we have to create a column to show times 1 or minus 20 times minus 1 to get positive 20. Or positive 10 times positive 1, positive 2 will give us 20, or minus 10 times minus 2 will also give us positive 20. Then finally, we have 5 times 4 or minus 5 times minus 4. Guys, these are all factors of plus 20. Now, among these factors, now when we go with one, now how do we choose the one to go for? We'll now come here and consider the middle term. The middle term here is minus 12. So we now need to sum up these factors and see the one that will give us minus 12. When we add this, add all of this, this will give us 21. This will give us minus 21. This will give us plus 12. This will give us minus 12. This will give us 9. And this will give us minus 9. So now, the one that gives us the middle term is minus 10 and minus 2. So every other factor are useless as far as this question is concerned. But they can be useful when the middle term changes to any of these outcome here. Guys, hope this is clear. Now, the next thing we do here is to put down the first term, which is 4y squared. Then minus, now we are going to now replace this term. Yes, guys, we'll replace 4y squared. We'll now replace this term by those two factors. 10y minus 2y to give us minus 12, then plus 5. So between these first two terms, something is common. Between these last two terms, something is common. Now, what is common between 4y squared minus 10y? First, 2 is common because 2 can divide 4 and 10. And as well, y is common. It shows that 2y is common. So 4y squared divided by 2y, we are going to have 2y. And 10y divided by 2y, we are going to have minus 5. Then this minus, put it down here, which is the middle sign. Alright? Now, between this term and this term, nothing is common. So the only thing that is common is 1. When nothing is common, guys, 1 is common. Then repeat the bracket for the sake of time. Alright? That's it. Now, the next thing we do, guys, is to collate the multiplication factors. And what are the multiplication factors? We have 2y and minus 1. Then we have 2y and minus 1 to form the first bracket, while we now pick one of the equal brackets to form the second bracket. Therefore, the answer to this question will be 4y squared minus 12y plus 5 is equal to 2y plus 2y minus 1 times 2y minus 5. This is the answer to question number 39. Lastly, guys, we want to look at question number 40. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and don't also forget to share this video to your friends and enemies and ensure that you like and make your necessary comments at the comment section. Now, let's go. Now, question number 40. We have that 3u squared plus 5u plus 2. Okay, this is very simple. Of course, you can do this, but let's rush it. Okay, this will have multiplied this, and we are going to have this as plus 6u squared. Agreed? Yes. 2u squared, sorry, 3u squared times 2 would have given us plus 6. Now, what are the factors of 6, guys? So, if this is plus 6, for the factors of 2, for the product of two factors to be positive, both will either be positive, positive, or negative, negative. You see how I echo this every time we are at that point. Okay, this will have given us minus. So we have 6 times 1 or minus 6 times minus 1. Then we have 3 times 2 or times minus 3 times minus 2. So these are the product of positive 6. Now the next is that we will quickly check which of these factors will be suitable for this question. We now come and check the coefficient of the middle term, which happens to be plus 5. Now that the coefficient of the middle term is plus 5, all we simply need to do is to add these terms together. So when we add this will give us 6. When we add this will give us, this will give us 7. When we add this will give us minus 7. When we add this will give us plus 5. And when we add this will give us minus 5. So we have plus 7, minus 7, plus 5, minus 5. But here we have plus 5. That shows that we are going to go with plus 2 and plus 3. Positive, positive. Therefore, we have this as 3u squared plus 3u plus 2u plus 2. As simple as this, guys. Very, very simple. So now between the first two terms, what is common? And between the last two terms, what is common? Between the first two terms, what is common is 3 and u. Therefore, we have 3u as a common factor. Now, 3u squared divided by 3u, we are going to have u. And 3u divided by 3u, guys, we are going to have. Then plus, what is common between 2u and 2 is 2. So put down 2. Now 2u divided by 2 we have u. And 2 divided by 2 we have 1. Now the two brackets are equal. Then we are very, very correct. Now the next thing we do is to collate the what? The multiplication factors, which are the terms outside the bracket. The first term outside the bracket is 3u, while the second number outside the bracket is 2. That will form the first bracket. Then the second bracket will be one of these equal brackets, which is u plus 1. Then finally, therefore, guys, 3u squared plus 5u plus 2 is equal to 3u plus 2 times u plus 1. This is it. So when you factorize, when you expand this now under expansion, you will get this. Of course, we have looked at expansion in this class. Guys, thank you for watching. We have successfully ended these problems from question number 36 to question number 40 under factorization of quadratic expression, where the coefficient of the highest degree is more than 1. And we have solved problem, like I said, is the same thing as when the coefficient of the highest power of x of the variable is 1. Is the same approach. So don't forget two things you have to learn here. That for the product of two factors to be negative, one must be negative. And for the product of two factors to be positive, both will either be positive, positive, or negative, negative. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not done so, and ensure you turn on the post notification bell for more exciting video. Now, for the next video, you can quickly check the description below so you can find a link to the next video where we'll be looking at question 41, 42, 43, 44, and 45. Still under factorization of quadratic expression, but in a different way.